Alright, how you guys doing today? This is Mr. Muscarella coming at you, and we are going to take a look at graphing logarithmic functions. Now the first thing that we're going to do is take a look at our logarithmic function here. F of x equals log to the base 5 of x. Now in this technique, I'm going to show you two ways to do this. Here's the first one. You're going to identify what the base is, and the base in here is 5. So when we identify that, one of the techniques you can use is you can go ahead and take a look at the parent values. Now the parent values, remember, they're going to be in this very straightforward a comma 1, 1 comma 0, 1 over a comma negative 1. Those are going to be the parent values. If we know that a has a value of 5, all we're going to do is simply substitute that in anywhere there's an a. That will leave us to a picture that looks just like this. So that's all you have to do for that. That's the first technique. Now there's a second technique where you could take a look at this from a little bit different perspective, and that's going to be finding the inverse. So what we're going to do is we're going to take f of x, we're going to change that to y, because that's just a real fancy way of saying y. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that equation and we're going to write it, instead of as a logarithmic equation, we're going to write it as an exponential equation. Now this 5 to the y equals x, what we're going to do is take the inverse of that first, and then we're going to put it back in because we know how to work with x as our input value. So when we do that, we'll get this table of values right here. 5 to the x equals y. And then when we put in negative 1, 0, and 1, that's just going to give me 1/5, 1, and 5 when I plug each one of those x values in for x. Now when you go to find the inverse, remember, all you have to do with the x and y is just switch everything around. So that's going to lead us to this. So the negative 1, 1/5 becomes 1/5, negative 1. And the 0, 1 becomes 1, 0. And of course 1, 5 becomes 5, 1. And then that is going to give us the graph for x equals 5 to the y, or in this case, f of x equals log base 5 of x. So there's two different techniques for graphing this logarithmic function. Be sure that you know how to do both of them, because sometimes it might be more advantageous to do one over the other. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day. Peace out.